All right, now we live.
Hey, who am I with today?
What's going on? It's funny. I always gotta like work on intro, so it's a chance for me to work on my intro. What's going on, fam? My name is Josh Thornton. I'm a photographer, videographer, mentor, brother, son. You know what I'm saying? A good friend, and I know. Just hopefully one day I can be. What did Will Smith say? He said he wanted to be an idea, right? He didn't want
I
to
love
be,
that.
you know, known as a great actor, whatever. He wants to be like an idea. So hopefully, future idea.
Okay,
You know
I
what I
love
mean?
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you
Mm-hmm.
actually answered my first question. Like, what do you want people to know about you
Mm-hmm.
and of you?
Mm-hmm.
And you want to add to that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. D, I'll add to that. And I'm gonna try not to get too deep either. But like, I don't know. I think that like the more life you live, the more you sort of figure out again like how your manual works, right, or how
Hmm.
life works, at least in your eyes. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So I think growing up, I had this idea of like, I want to be an actor. I want to be,
I can see
something
that.
great. So you know what I mean? Like something
Hmm.
like that. For what it would it bring to me like self gratification or whatever.
Of
But also, I
course.
mean, it's cool to like be known by people now,
Hmm.
right? But I think the more life you live, right, and the more perspective you have, that thought process has changed now. Where it's like it'd be, if some people know me, like that's nice and stuff like that. But almost, I don't know. I think in like granular and also like minimalist or whatever that word.
Uh-huh.
Minimalist is not the right word, but it's like what I want to be known for. I kind of don't care is what I'm saying. You know what I
I
mean?
love that.
Because
Yes,
it's like, on a small scale, it's like, no, you want to be influential. You want to
of
have like a
course.
voice and people listen to you and stuff like that. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? But then when you sort of like get the 30, 40,000 foot view of life and you realize like the whole planet Earth is like this small in
Right.
comparison to like all the vastness of the universe, it's kind of like as hard as I work to like get people to like, to influence people and stuff
Hmm.
like that, like, what does it really mean in the end? Not to sound like a
I
drag.
understand. Yeah.
What does it really mean? Like, oh man, I got a million people. To like, you know what I mean? I influenced a million people. Yo, it was great. And then it's just like, all right, but then you pass away and like people forget you. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
on a small level, what I want to be known for, I guess it would probably be great to be known for like a creative who influenced other people to like sort of put their voice out there.
Okay.
That's on a small scale, right? You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
the small thinking scale. As far as the you know the how the vastness of life and all that. I
Okay.
don't care.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I like that
I don't
answer.
really care. Yeah, 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 yep.
So,
Hmm.
I'm always dedicated to hearing from a man's perspective.
Hmm.
So, one of my questions is, how do you feel about the pressure to always feel or be strong and in control?
How do I feel about the pressure for a
Yes.
man to be strong and in
At
control
all times.
at all
Yes.
times? Again, I'm a Sag, so I always see everybody's perspective, right?
Hmm.
But I can't answer from everybody's perspective because we'll be here twice as long. But on one end, we kind of had a brief conversation about this, like real quick, the other day when I called you,
Hmm.
and I was like, I understand, right? I'm being general, about roles and stuff like that men
Hmm.
and women have, right?
Yes.
Males and females, some or all of it maybe is, constructed, you know what I mean, engineered, like social engineering, like men do this, women do that, da
Of
da da da. Da.
course.
But I do think there's some like wisdom in that, where
Of
it's like
course.
women tend to have a certain nature, men tend to have a certain nature, right?
Hmm.
So me being a man,
Okay.
right, my nature, right, as far as what I'm supposed to do is to protect, to provide and stuff like that, right?
Hmm.
I like that. Like I love that.
Yes.
You
That's
know what
what
I'm
I said.
saying?
I like what I'm supposed to be
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sitting here like, man, it's a lot of pressure. I get it. You know what I mean? Women have pressure too,
Hmm.
right? Different kinds of pressure, right? None greater than the other. But like,
Hmm.
yes, with anything you do, is gonna be pressure.
Of course.
But as far as me being a protector, the provider, the mentor, the teacher, and all that,
Hmm.
I step into that role.
I
I think
love
it's
that.
great.
Hmm.
On the other side, right? When people are like, because men are feeling like pressure, and you know what I mean, and feeling anxious or depressed because everything's on their shoulder. Men don't have spaces where they can have conversations and share their feelings and all
They
that.
do now.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
With
That's what I'm
me.
saying. Right. And I get that. You know what I mean? And that's valid too, right?
Mhm.
Meaning like men feel pressure and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that like that being like the case,
Mm-hmm.
right, where men feeling a lot of pressure, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm saying this because I'm biased, like health and wellness and
Mhm.
fitness and meditation. I think that's a thing you manage, meaning like you shouldn't walk away from your role of being a provider, even though again, whether socially engineered or not, you shouldn't walk away from being a provider, protector, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like step into that role,
Mm-hmm.
but also know how to manage your role,
Mm-hmm.
right? Meditate more.
Mm-hmm.
Find these spaces where you can have vulnerable conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Exercise more, stuff like that. Because I don't think it's just a matter of like men are overworked, men are overwhelmed. Yes, that could be the case, but there's it could also be part that like people don't exercise as much as they
Of
should.
course.
People don't eat healthy. People don't
Mhm.
eat well. People don't get enough sleep. So it's like I think that men feeling pressure is not just that was too much on men's shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
It's that like your lifestyle needs some.
Balance.
You need to look at the report card of your lifestyle
Of course.
and figure out, okay, even how much people work nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we was getting already, like getting on set and all
Mhm.
that, having our behind the scenes conversations, it's like people should create the lifestyle that works for them.
Of course.
Instead of just be like, no, I'm a man, I'm supposed to work and then do this, da, da, da. Yes, you're supposed to provide, but there's different ways you can provide. Doesn't mean you got to clock
Exactly.
in, go to a job 80 hours a week,
Mm-hmm.
see your wife or your kids, a couple days, a couple hours a day,
Right.
get them to school, and that gets old, you get burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out how to step into that role of a man,
Mm-hmm.
right? Be the protector, provider, and all that. But figure out how to do that on like an optimal level with like in tandem with your health and
Mhm.
your mindset. So I see both sides. Again, that's a long way of saying I'm stepping into that role, but I also
Yeah.
see why men are stressed out. But like, I guess that is what it is.
But you guys have to remember that you're not designed to do it alone. I think
Yep.
you forget that
True.
a lot.
Yep. No, it's
All
true.
right. So the next question is,
Mhm.
oh, you actually just answered that.
Yeah, I be talking.
You are on point. Okay, wait.
I be talking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever I know the answer to this. Have you
Mhm.
ever felt uncomfortable expressing your emotions?
I shouldn't say uncomfortable.
Mhm.
I probably say when you were a kid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You got friends and stuff like that. So it's like no matter how strong you are as an individual, like I do what I want to do. My friends don't influence. I believe that, but there's also like reality too,
Mhm.
where it's like your friends do influence, like what you say and do sometimes,
Of
right?
course.
But I don't think I've ever sort of pretended to be something I wasn't with
Mhm.
my friends. And that's also probably a testament to like how my parents raised me.
Mm-hmm.
I vet my friends.
Mm-hmm.
My parents put morals inside of me. When I going out into the world to build these relationships and these friendships, I'm vetting my friends. I'm not having no knuckleheads as my friends.
Yeah.
You got like your circle of friends. You got like the core, which is like these are like the people that spend the night. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? I go over their house, I go over my house. We do life together. And then as you go like on the outer core, that onion, you know what I'm saying? It's like maybe some of them may be knuckleheads, but
Right.
that core right there, like I never had friends that I couldn't like have conversations with, and vice versa. I think that's what makes a strong friendship a friendship. You know what I mean?
What about in romantic relationships?
So ask me the question again. So let me make sure I answer that right.
Let me make sure I
yeah,
word
yeah.
it properly.
Mhm.
Have you ever felt uncomfortable expressing your emotions openly?
Nah, I'll probably say nah. not even in my relationships. Nah, because even that, and because friends. What is this different kinds of relationships you have? You got the relationship with your parents. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I said romantic, so
Right.
okay.
Yes, we about to get to that. We about to get to that. I'm connecting the dots, right? So you got like those joints.
Mhm.
Then you got like your best friend
Mhm.
kind of love relationships.
Yes.
And then you also have like your relationship, intimate relationships. So if I'm, vetting my friendships, which are close, you know what I mean? But I feel like the intimate thing is like, that's who you really, really doing life with. Like I don't live with my best friend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Your partner, your spouse, like we do life together like all the time.
Mhm.
So if that's the case, I'm definitely vetting that relationship as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And I couldn't be in any kind of relationship with a woman who I can't express myself to. Because as a man, not that this may be a question you got later, stuff like that.
Okay.
But like,
It's Okay.
Men don't like that. Like men don't like a man for a period of time will put up with like, if she looks good,
Mm-hmm.
then maybe I can overlook certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Long term though, I think all men want, I mean in general,
Of course.
is respect and peace, man.
Mm-hmm.
Respect and peace.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you start disrespecting,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Of
My
course.
just being disrespectful and disrespecting my peace,
Mm-hmm.
it may last for a while, but it's starting to erode at a man's like I'm starting not to like her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
that would eat at me if I couldn't like, especially because again, being general, my girl can come to me and just like vomit all her
Right.
feelings, and when I can say this
Mm-hmm.
happened, then I gotta sit and listen.
Okay.
And which I learned, I can't even. I'm not even supposed to respond. Like just listen, right? Not even like
It depends.
right. Problem solved. Like okay, so this is the issue. So maybe blah 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 blah. So if I had a girl where she always can come to me, she feels safe and comfortable talking to me about
Mm-hmm.
everything,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't go to her with like some. And again, as a man, being general,
Okay.
I guess the last time I say that, but it's like we kind of like I don't need to go to my girl all the time and like explain all my feelings. Because as a man, it's just that not that that's not what we do.
I
I
like
just don't think
that.
that's like our nature to always
That
for
is
that to
true.
be our gear. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let me go home and talk to my wife about. No, I'm gonna just fix it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Which was why I was telling my young boy. I think it's also important to have male friends in your life. Meaning, like, I think it's important for women to not throw their women friends away when they
Mm-hmm.
find a man, because I've seen that happen a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying also, fellas, make sure you got your day one homies in your life too, if they're like on an up and up, right? If they're like smart enough to still be in your life at that point,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that's important to me as a man. A man is not going to always go to his lady with his issues,
Mm-hmm.
right? Not that he can't,
Mm-hmm.
and not that it's a bad thing that he doesn't go to her with all of his issues, but it's just like sometimes as a man, we need a friend, the homie, to talk to, because I can talk to my friend in a way that I'm not going to talk to my lady.
Mm-hmm.
And again, because I've had exes that like get mad at that for a lot, but I'm like, just hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying I can't come to you
Right.
and talk.
Mm-hmm.
It's things I want to talk to you about, but it's also things like when I was talking to the young boy again,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, when you with your spouse, there's a beauty in that back and forth, that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm with my best friend though, the beauty in that is I can go to my best friend's house and I ain't saying nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We just sitting looking at a dumb TV show for
Mm-hmm.
hours, and we ain't say I need that as a man sometimes.
course.
I don't, you know what I'm saying? Not that I can't do that with my lady, but it's like as a
Of course,
man.
it's different.
So thank you. It's
Mhm.
different. So you need that balance of like, I got my, parents relationship, my best friend relationship, my significant other, stuff
Mhm.
like that. So, you need all that. And I guess again, that's a long way of me saying that, like, if I had a woman that I couldn't come talk to, because that's the
Mhm.
question, right?
Yes.
That would erode at me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I would feel like it's disrespectful. I'm always listening to you, but I come to you the one time I do come to you. I'm coming to you expressing my feelings, and it's like, yeah, you don't got no time for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would just eat away at me, and eventually we just that would be an
We'll
X.
go away.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
That would
yeah,
be an X.
for sure.
Okay, so how do you manage stress?
How do I manage stress?
Mhm.
Again, me being a fitness dude or
Mhm.
whatever. This is a question that popped up in the kids class of the mentorship.
Mhm.
And they were like, how do you, I think that was the question, how do you manage stress,
Mhm.
right? And so I was like, I feel like the main way you manage stress is the way you eat, diet, exercise, rest, nutrition, meditation, stuff like that. Like to me,
Absolutely.
not to make everything seem like, anecdotal, like, oh, they're good answers right there on the paper, but I think
It's
more
true,
things
though.
are than it's not. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It's not just like, well, I don't know, you got to pray about it. Like, yes, prayer is a part of that
course.
equation, but a lot of times you got to work on your biochemistry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Stress is not just magical or something that comes from the devil and it's like, oh, like I'm stressed now. I got to pray it out of me. No,
Right.
you got to sleep more,
Right.
eat better foods. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Exercise, meditate, pray, and all that. So that's how I manage stress.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the way I like to operate in my life is before I get into a stressful situation,
Mhm.
right? What's like a person or like a road rage or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
By then, if I'm not practicing and training like stress management daily,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times when I get into that stressful situation, it's already too late
Mm-hmm.
because I haven't been training for the stressful
Of
situation.
course.
So I always just fuck it. I got that. That was like the lesson we were teaching the kids. Is like,
Mm-hmm.
because some people like count to 10. When you get upset, they just count to 10. I get all those things, like those on the spot things. A lot of times it's too late though. You know what I'm saying? Like 10,
Right.
9. You know what I'm saying? It's like this lady sitting here in your face, and you just like, you know what I mean? Just caring or whatever. But it's just like, nah, you gotta train. Same thing with like fight training or anything. If you, a lot of times, one of the reasons why people that know how to fight like train regularly,
Mm-hmm.
that they can, well, their chances of success are higher than someone else's,
Mm-hmm.
is because they put themselves in that stressful situation, that simulation,
Mm-hmm.
3, 4, 5 times a week. So
when it
when it's
happens,
real, it's like they're not so shocked by like, oh, somebody's trying to attack me or hit me or whatever,
mm-hmm.
because they put themselves in that situation. So I feel like you need to do that with like meditation and all these stress management tools. It's like, yo, let me walk through life sort of with this like calm, but train it daily so that when the day happens when I need to use it, I'm not behind the 8 ball and being like, damn, like I
What should
messed
I
up
do?
again. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done it plenty of times. I'm sure most people have.
Of course.
I was like, damn, I really didn't want to react like that. You know what I mean? Like I wish I was like calmer, cooler. You know what I mean? But like when you train it specifically every day for like that day when it happens, it's like, you could brush it off because I've been waiting for this day. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, how would you say
Mhm.
you're doing mentally, physically, and spiritually?
How would I say I'm doing mentally, spiritually,
How you feeling?
mentally, physically, and
Yeah.
spiritually?
How you feeling? Let it out.
Mentally, yeah, mentally, I'm good mentally,
Mhm.
right? Could be better, and what I mean by that is I think that's a never-ending quest.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Which is why y'all can't see it, but like I got this little makeshift gym to my right because like that keeps me sane.
Mhm.
Not that I will be insane without
I
it,
understand
but
what
I
you
feel
mean.
like I feel like uh now, my fitness journey, mind, body, and spirit is more about mental health than like, looking a certain way. I do like the look fit because I
Of
think
course.
that's important too. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? But like it's more about mental health. It's more about like, filtering the world through like activity. Like I
Mhm.
think we're meant to move as humans. We're not meant to
Absolutely.
just like, all right, I'm having an issue, something stressing me out. Let me sit and think about it. Like I don't think that's how we're not optimal that way to just
Mm-mm.
sit and think about it, think about it, think about it, think about it. I gotta move.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because then I can think more clearly. You get better perspective and stuff like that. So like mentally, I'm good, right?
Mhm.
But there's always the next chapter. You know what I mean? Because I'm also I think the more things you want to do in life, you need that grounding of physical exercise.
Of
Because it's
course you
not
do.
like if I had like a cushy job that was just like, oh, like I'm cool with my job, like
Mhm.
oh, I'm cool with that, cool with that. But I think as a man, as a Sagittarius, you know what I'm saying, as
You're
somebody just like
Sagittarius.
this endless discovery, like
Mhm.
what about that? Why is that like that? That I, as someone who has that kind of restless mind,
Mhm.
that's why I said my mind is good, but it's just like it's restless. It's just
Mhm.
like, if I'm not
It's
managing it.
curious.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just like, yo, I need this exercise to be like, yo, because I want to do 15 things, but it's like I can't do 15 things. But I'm like, why though? You know what I mean? But it's like, but I can't. You know what I mean? And that same thought process just be like driving me nuts. So it's
That's
like I gotta like
awesome.
move and do push-ups and hit the sauna and
That's why you're so
meditate.
creative, though.
You understand what I'm
That's
saying?
dope.
It's all this little wackiness that just like when it's finally focused in something, it's like usually a
I
nice
love
piece of
it.
work. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So mindset, I'm good.
Mhm.
You said my body and spirit.
Yeah.
Body, yeah. Body, we getting it right. Like I never got out of shape.
Yeah.
Over the pandemic, I did pick up 30. I picked up 30 pounds over the
Dang.
pandemic.
You wanna
Yeah.
know how much I picked up?
Well, no, matter of fact, I think you told me before, and it was a number. What was that
It
number?
was a number.
What was that, Joe?
I've always been 100 and like 911 pounds. My
Really?
whole life.
Yeah.
I was at 182 pounds.
182.
I was
We
like a
walking
little
in the yo.
ball with little
We
sticks.
ready to say it, yo. Can I wear your jeans today? Yo, you walking around at the 180? Nah, cause that's what I need to get back down to. That's my walk around
My
180.
knees hurt.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna ask you where you at now. Like, are you?
Of course you can. I don't care
Yeah.
about that.
Are you like?
I'm 123 now.
Okay, I'm about to say. I want to say
Yeah.
because I see you holding the 180. Like, well,
That
okay.
was the first time I've exercised in my entire life.
Yeah. Now, was that before the first time I met you? Because you weren't 180 something when I met you, right?
No, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
yeah. You
So
had
I met you post pandemic.
post pandemic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I
yeah, yeah.
probably had just lost the weight.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, right.
I watched this one guy
Mhm.
and I did lower abs and I was doing like men's
Right.
exercise and it dropped
Yeah, yeah. Just
like
came
six
right
weeks.
off.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. Yeah, yeah. I was to say, damn, but that's husky though, and that's a lot of
Oh, it's
weight to
husky.
lose.
On
You
these
know what I'm
little
saying?
knees.
Yeah. Your knees and stuff feel better.
Yes, I had
Yeah,
to
yeah.
actually go to physical therapy. It was bad.
I got
It
you.
was
Yeah, yeah.
bad.
It's a lot of extra. You know what I mean? Weight you carrying around.
And when speaking
What?
to mental health,
Yeah.
I actually had like a pustule growing in my brain.
You had a what?
Pustule,
Yeah.
like growing in my brain. And I didn't understand why, and it went
Which is, I'm
away.
sorry, like I never heard that word.
Oh,
What's that?
like a ball of pus,
Oh, really? I got you.
like
Yeah,
or
yeah, right, right. Okay, okay,
mucus.
I got you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right,
like a
right.
little pocket
Yeah,
sitting in there. I guess because I just gained weight so quickly.
right, right,
But then when I lost the weight, it went away.
right.
Like
That's what's up.
that's dangerous when
I
you
was
don't
about to
take
say,
care
yeah,
of
that
yourself.
could be scary, and
Yeah.
ain't nothing like, ain't no better fitness program than the health scare.
Yes.
That's you know how you like, you know what
And
I'm
I'm
saying?
vegan, and I was vegan at the time. It's just I was eating so
Okay,
much,
okay, I
and I
got you.
was
Right.
eating processed food, and I was just laying around.
Yeah, you
So
home, everybody's home, stuff like that. No, so it makes
yeah,
sense. Which is how I gained it. It was like
yep,
I lost 20 the beginning of the pandemic because I was running like 5 to 10 miles a day,
yeah.
eating vegan,
I
this,
don't
that,
know
and
how to
other.
run.
You know how to run? Yeah, yeah. You ever like running or that never been like your thing?
I don't do nothing.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know why I
yeah.
look like this.
Yeah, you blessed though. You blessed though. For you because I remember you said it a few times. Like you don't really like be out in the
I
gym
want
and
to
all that.
though.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
I went to a gym one time to get a smoothie from the place inside
You
because
got
they
the
had
smoothie
nice
from the
smoothie.
gym. Got the smoothie as a nice. That was a nice plot twist. I'm like, okay, tell me about your gym experience. She like, well, the gym was over there. I was at the little juice bar. I got you. So you've been in the gym before.
Yes.
Yeah. Even that term gym is like we were talking earlier.
Hmm.
I like how people are sort of like owning their fitness experience now because before it almost felt like, and to some people probably still feels like fitness means gym. It means go to the gym, go to the
Hmm.
gym. But now with all these asset stuff that we have, whether it's like, digital assets, classes, you can do lives online. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Amazon got all the little workout equipment you
Yeah.
need. Again, not that I'm telling people not to go to the gym, but I do think it's dope for people who like I just can't make it to the gym where
Hmm.
I get anxious in the gym.
Yeah, you
You know
don't know
what I'm
what to
saying?
do, so you might be feeling
Right.
embarrassed. So
Because that's
yeah,
a thing. That's a real thing. You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like, I know I need to go to the gym, but like it's weird the first
And what
month.
do I do? I wouldn't know what to do there. Like I
Hmm.
like toys, so to me they look like little toys you
Right,
pull on.
right. You don't want to use it wrong or whatnot. Because
Right.
we be saying that the gym girls be like, yo, that's a leg machine, ladies. You doing biceps. You doing upper body on that leg machine. You know what I'm saying? But and again, people should have you should be able to discover. It's like shouldn't people shouldn't tease people
Right.
because like all right, she didn't know what to do.
Right.
Okay, okay. But it's just human nature to feel self conscious about like I'm the new person in the gym. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But yeah, so body, I gained the 30, probably lost 10 now.
Awesome. Hmm.
So I got about another 20 to lose. So I'm pleased with my fitness level.
Awesome.
I think my body is gonna be where I want it to be in about 6 weeks and whatnot.
Hmm.
Again, because I got the home gym. I also do jujitsu and kickboxing, but
Hmm.
it's cold outside.
Hmm.
I don't want to go to class. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Which I think that's the best workout. One of the best workouts you could do is like fight training.
Hmm.
But so in 6 weeks, my body will like be the representation of what I want it to be and what
Okay.
it can be.
Hmm.
But I am happy with my fitness level. What I mean by that is I'm not perfect, right?
Nobody is. It's okay.
I don't always eat the best, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm not crazy with it, stuff
Right.
like that. But I'm not perfect. But I just turned 43 a couple months ago, November, right? A couple
28.
months ago, November
I
28th.
remember.
But it's like, you know what I mean? But it's like I've always, and again, I don't want to press my luck. I've always been fit and athletic though. So
Hmm.
even regardless, like the 30 pounds overweight, getting my body back aesthetically, like to where I wanted to be,
Hmm.
I could still run 10 miles. I could still play basketball. I could still do jujitsu. Like 'cause I think I get it from my dad.
Hmm.
My dad's always been a fitness dude.
That's
Like,
awesome.
it used to be annoying as a kid because we used to go to bed. I got school tomorrow, and we just hear him playing his records and doing his like 1,000 jumping jacks.
That's
So like
so
the sit ups,
precious,
you know what I mean?
though.
It was,
You
but
you gotta know that's precious.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got
that's
to know to be like, man, that's actually dope. And my dad
it
was always. I
is.
think that's why I'm into fitness so much because my dad
Yes.
But yeah, so no matter how, 30 pounds overweight, this, that, and the other, I'm fit. You know what I'm saying? I
That's
could not
awesome.
work out. I could sit down for a year and a half, which I would never do.
That's
But
crazy.
this season is where like I'm not working out as much. As soon as I hop on the treadmill or go outside, like I'm gonna just run 10 today. And
Mm-hmm.
I could just run 10 today. You know what I mean? So like
That's
body,
wild.
I do like the fact that I'm still athletic. Let me just get the body caught up, and in spirit. I think all of this is my spiritual journey, right?
I
I
love that.
was raised Christian,
Mm-hmm.
right? By my parents. They were raised Christian,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's fine and dandy. But I feel like the older I've gotten, and I shouldn't say the older I've gotten, but the more life I've lived and more knowledge I've taken in,
Mm-hmm.
your perspective can evolve.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not Christian anymore,
Mm-hmm.
right? For different reasons,
Mm-hmm.
right? No shade if you're a Christian, that's cool. If you're a Muslim, that's cool.
Right.
But Christianity in and of itself, like
Mm-hmm.
how it was introduced to me and
Mm-hmm.
like that story I'm supposed to believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get like history lessons of like, oh, that's how that came about. And like, oh, that was that, da da da. So I don't subscribe, I don't walk around saying I'm a Christian anymore, but I'm spiritual.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? I
Mm-hmm.
understand there's something, not something, but like things are bigger than just me. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
important.
Things are
Mm-hmm.
bigger than Earth. Going back to my first, answer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we think we so important as like humans on this Earth, and just like
Mm-hmm.
you see how small you are
A
in
speck.
comparison to like the whole universe. Like you not that important.
Mm-hmm.
You just a piece of whatever this thing is. So all that to say, everything that I do is like a spiritual practice.
Mm-hmm.
Me working on my body, I think, is a spiritual practice.
Of course.
Me learning, I think, is a spiritual practice. Me
Mm-hmm.
teaching is a spiritual practice and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That all feeds my spirit, my creative spirit, my spirit of wanting to be, more impactful, the lives of those closest to me,
Mm-hmm.
the children that I mentor and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. So, that all sort of fills that not void in my spirit, but like helps my spirit to feel like charged
Alive.
up.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
As far as spiritual practices, I guess
Mm-hmm.
I would say I do pray and meditate.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Outside of like the other stuff being spiritual, but like specific spiritual stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I pray. I don't read the Bible. No shade. And not that I'm even opposed to reading the Bible. I literally just haven't had one. I thought about that the other day. I was like, I ain't have a Bible in years, right? But but I'm a reader though, because I don't want to be like, oh, like I ain't gonna mess with the Bible, but I could read some like Tony Robbins books.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As
I
if
think
like,
it's. Oh, sorry.
no, go
I
ahead.
was gonna say I think it's important if you're going to speak to something that you educate yourself on it. So
Yeah.
just like you said, like
Yep.
yeah, you can read the Bible. It's okay. Like
Right.
even if you're
Exactly.
not
Exactly.
Christian.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like I read the Bible. I've been Googling like the Quran
Yeah.
because I just never had access to a Quran. Not that I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't get one, but it was
You
just like,
should though.
yeah. But that's what I'm
It's
saying though.
dope.
Like, so like that's my spiritual practice. Is like I
Yeah.
don't believe like no Buddhism is like the way, or Taoism, or like no, gotta be Jesus, or no, it
Mm-hmm.
gotta be Allah.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, no shade to any religion, but it's
Of
like
course.
I don't know. I just don't like this attitude with some religions of just like it's here and everything else is flawed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like to me it's too many people in the world with too many perspectives
Mm-hmm.
for you to be like, no, when I pray and say in the name of Jesus, that gets results because it's the name of Jesus. And I'm like, well, what about somebody on the other end of the world whose
Mm-hmm.
God has like 8 arms and they,
Mm-hmm.
you know
And
what I mean,
that's all
some
they
Indian
know.
guy, huh?
And that's all they
Yeah,
know.
that's all they know,
Mm-hmm.
and they never heard of Jesus, not like that. So
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to tell me like yours is correct but theirs is flawed, and the
Mm-hmm.
reason why you do what you do because you were exposed to that.
Right.
And when people don't sort of at least acknowledge it, that's a piece of why they subscribe to a religion, that annoys me a little bit. Like I don't get mad because I don't care. Whatever your religion, whatever your
Right.
political affiliation,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, that's cool. But when people don't even acknowledge that, like the only reason why you practice this thing is because that's what you were exposed to, and that's what your parents like raised you to be.
Mm-hmm.
That annoys me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to touch on something you said. It wasn't even a question, but I love that you said this. You said you heard your dad playing records and doing his 1,000 jumping jacks. How big of an impact do you think that played on your life? Just having your dad in your life consistently and just seeing those little things that he did every day.
I think it's important to So sometimes I gotta watch when I say this because I know a lot of people in our community don't have a father or don't
Mm-hmm.
have a good male role model, but
Yeah.
specifically a father. So I'm not saying this from somebody because I had a father, I'm better than you, and I was raised to do that. But
No.
I just think that's important. It's an important part. It doesn't mean like you can't be, fully realized if you don't have a father.
Correct.
But I think fathers in the life of a young man and a young woman is vital. I think it's not vital, but it's important.
No, it's vital because one, you wouldn't even be here if you didn't have that
Right
other
there you go. There you
component.
go. Got
So you
to
must
that one.
need
You know what I'm saying?
both of them to actually nurture it and make it blossom
Right.
properly. I
Mm-hmm.
don't like you said, you don't want to offend anyone because
Right.
I was raised in a single parent household.
Right.
So I get it. But I had like my uncles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And now as an adult, I have a close relationship with my father.
Right.
So I understand, like, oh man, I do act just like you. So if I would have had that
Yeah.
at 15, even like dating differently
Yeah.
would have been a thing. So
Right.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you good,
Mhm.
you good, and chime in whenever you want to too. Like you don't have to, but like chime in whenever you
Yeah.
want. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But like, yeah, I think it was great having a father, and even with that, going back to what I was saying earlier, we was getting ready. There's different kinds of like just because you have a father
Hmm.
doesn't mean just because you have a male in your life or a father doesn't mean you receive things you should have received or
Hmm.
whatever. You know what
Of
I'm saying?
course.
Um, they're a human being. And I think
Hmm.
that when you're younger, you kind of have this idea of like, my parents get on my nerves, don't let me do da, da, da. But then when you get out there on your own, you be like, damn, my parents were right. Like
Right.
they and you realize, yo, they had kids at 21.
Hmm.
What I mean by that is like, I'm trying to figure my life out.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I think when I hit like 28, 29, I was like, damn, my mom and dad had kids when they were like
A whole
20.
house bills
You
and
feel
then,
me?
yeah.
House and all that. And I'm sitting like, whoa, like you get them, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you realize, man, you're just a human being. My dad and my mom, because you think they got it all figured out when you're young, right? Then you get older, they be like, who knows what they're doing? I'm talking
Hmm.
like, you don't know what you're doing. You know
Hmm.
what you're doing, but it's like you're a
No,
human
not
on
really.
this move. You know what I'm saying? On this moving ride, we just figuring it out. Like, we're figuring it out.
Hmm.
Me, I can tell like I'm going to be like a teacher to the point where it probably will get them my kids' nerves or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, yo, here you come with the lecture again. This is my nature, though. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I
Of
grew up with
course.
great
They
parents.
did an amazing job.
You
So
know what I mean?
you let them know I
Appreciate
said
it.
that
Yeah,
they
you
did
know
an
what I mean?
amazing job.
But it's just like, you learn from your parents, and it's just like, okay, I see how they did it. Now,
Let me add some sprinkles to it. Low key, they
yeah,
did instill in you how to
it's
be an
values.
entrepreneur
Mm-hmm.
because dad worked hard
Mm-hmm.
and gave you that foundation because a lot of people can't even think straight to be something beyond what they really are
Mm-hmm.
because they're still over here, pinging there because they never had somebody show them a foundation. So
Right.
you
Yep.
actually had the opportunity for your brain to relax and say, you know what, I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Yep.
and to be
True.
curious. So low key, they did
Yeah.
plant those
True.
seeds in you,
Yep.
and they blossom.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, that's a good. I like that perspective. That's
Yeah,
true.
that's
That
awesome.
even have the space to be thinking about other stuff because
Yeah.
had plenty of friends that like they trying to eat cereal today. Like I had cousins used to come to the house and be like, "Yo, can I get a bag of cereal or like some cheese?" So it's
Right.
like he ain't got the time to be having these introspective thoughts. Why?
Right.
I could be a spoiled brat because I got the space. You know what I'm saying?
That's not being spoiled. You're actually
Right.
what it's supposed to
Right.
be.
True. Yep.
Like, so you can be a functioning human being.
Mm-hmm.
I
Nah,
know
that
that
makes sense.
sounds dramatic, but
Yeah.
no, like you need that. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I do Gents and Brutes to show people like, no, we need men,
Mm-hmm.
not to be a pick me and all that, because I
Right.
hate that. But
Mm-hmm.
we need y'all.
Right.
And we need y'all sound, mind, body. That's why I asked you how you were,
Mm-hmm.
because oftentimes people complain about what men are, but I'm like, well, what did they go through to get to what they are today? Like some people aren't wrapped too tight because they weren't raised in a household that was wrapped
Right.
too tight.
Yep.
So that's
Mm-hmm.
important.
No, I agree.
Are you scared to be a father?
Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm.
And not for you. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, just the world that we're in.
I know what you mean. I
Mm-hmm.
know what you mean. No.
Okay.
Right. But I do know what you mean though. Like I was saying that the other day, it's a lot more to consider
Yeah.
raising a child now because they got the world at their fingertips.
Yes.
Right. But I feel like, and maybe this is a little naivete because I
Mhm.
don't have children at this
Mhm.
point. Like that I birthed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I got
I know
nephews,
what you mean.
nieces, you little bad behind kids at my job. I'm joking. these little jits at the job and all that. So
Jits.
I be raising kids and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But but I feel like because the world is so like in your face now,
Mhm.
right? And I think I can thrive in this kind of environment too. What I mean
Mhm.
is I'm a straight shooter, yo.
You are.
Like I don't really have that like I'm gonna beat around the bush kind of, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm almost like, oh, this is my kind of field right here where it's like, oh, we can say stuff with our chest now.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So when I explain to my kids, certain things about, spirituality,
Mhm.
about race,
Mhm.
about dating, right?
Mhm.
I don't have to be like, well, put this little pretty bow on. I'm gonna be tactful and
Of
tasteful with like
course.
the
Of course.
lessons. But I could just be like, this is why if you like we were talking about the music earlier.
Mhm.
I'm not telling you not to listen to music, da da da. But like as you listen to, it's almost like you gotta this is the kind of father I'm gonna be. I'm gonna positively infect thought processes. And
Of
I said it like that
course.
on person.
Yes.
Processes, right? What I mean is, as you listen to your rap music, right?
Mhm.
As you listen to your rap music, go and listen to your rap music, right?
Mhm.
But I want you to realize, I want you to connect the dots every time you hear somebody say nigga,
Of
every
course.
time you hear somebody say bitch,
Mhm.
every time you hear somebody talk about popping lean, popping this, da da
Mhm.
da da da, by European, that, da da da. Listen to it, but I want you to realize that when you listen to it, this is what's happening in the background.
Of course.
Because kids going to do what they want, not do what they want to do, but like it's part of it's supposed to be like a rebellious stage at some
Of
point when the
course.
kid is becoming like an adult. It's like, I want to do my own da da da. So I can't fight you to be like, don't listen to that music
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
gonna go
Yeah.
to hell, whatever, da da da.
Mhm.
But if I'm like, all right, you listening to that is like making this thing go over here.
Mhm.
I want you to like congratulate yourself because you making this thing go.
Mhm.
So when this happens to you, when people
Oh my
start,
God.
you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be that kind of father, just like, yo, like I want you to connect the dots because then you could do your own. The wheels start going in your own head.
Of course.
You can't unhear what I said. It's like being in court and the prosecution says but there's fingerprints was on the gun, right?
Mhm.
And the judge is like, oh, you got to throw that out, like this
Mhm.
in whatever the word is, not submissible, whatever,
Yeah.
in court. The jury still heard it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even though like it's not permissible in court, the jury is like, dang, his
Yeah,
fingerprints
right.
was on the gun.
I can't forget
You,
that.
you you know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of father I'm gonna be, where it's like the world is so in your face. They got the world at their fingertips.
Mhm.
So I'm not gonna sugarcoat a lot.
And you shouldn't. I feel I'm so grateful to my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, mommy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember she let me do anything, and I
Mm-hmm.
think it's because she knew I was a good girl and she instilled what she was supposed to instill in me. And when I say anything, no, I still don't drink. I never have. I don't
Right.
smoke or anything like that. But when I would go to, what was it? Was it the Box? Was that a CD store?
It could have been.
It
I'm
was like
not
a blue
sure.
sticker on the bottom of the
Yeah,
CD.
yeah, yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, I want this new Acanelli CD. And
Acanelli,
my mom is Whitney Houston, Luther Vandross, and I
bruh,
was
yo.
too. But she's like, okay, Cece.
Oh no, I
So,
know exactly
and
what you're
I'm just
talking
like,
about too.
I'm just,
Yeah, no, that's like yo, that's like that was like internet. That wasn't not that that's the internet, but if I'm trying to give an analogy, the song she talk about, it's like hell no, you ain't listening to that song.
but she allowed it.
Okay, yeah,
And
yeah,
the
yeah.
reason why I think she did is because she knew every day she was showing me how my mom was Claire Huxtable,
Okay,
a single parent and all. And I did live in a home with my grandmother and my uncles as well. So I had like a beautiful storm. I
right.
feel like I had a great combination. But I think she allowed me to do those things because um, she showed me every single day what to do.
Okay,
So even though I'm listening, Lil Kim is still my favorite. I love
right, right,
her.
right.
I was listening to hardcore every day in my room, but I saw her speaking to me kindly,
Right, right,
making sure I got my work done, making sure my hair was done clean. You
right.
know,
Mm-hmm.
things that we take advantage of as children, not realizing how much time and effort and
Mm-hmm.
patience it takes to do that kind of stuff. So I'm really grateful that she allowed me to do that.
Right,
So even now, I'm able to tell my kids, y'all can listen to
right,
this,
right, right.
but do understand, just like how you said, not
Yeah.
not so like gangster how you said it, but
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I
Yeah,
let them know, like, yeah, the beat is decent.
yeah.
How about you just listen to the instrumental, because listen to what they're feeding us.
Right, right. Yep.
And my son is now saying like, oh yeah, I don't. He listens to jazz now. He listens to Amy Winehouse.
Right,
Like,
right. Yeah, yeah. Right.
and his friends will laugh because it's like Amy Winehouse out of all people, but it's
Mhm.
like he can vibe with it.
Right.
So yeah, I respect what
No,
you
I
said.
love that. I love
Mhm.
that. It just made me think about the question you asked me like a few questions ago. Like what my parents taught me. It's kind of
Mhm.
like, yeah, I guess they taught me that too.
Mhm.
Like you said, as insignificant as it may seem, but it's like, yeah, like making your bed and like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
Having even though I ain't want to go to church every Sunday, but just having a structure, like we going to
Yes.
practice this, that, and the other. So no, like I love
Mhm.
like sort of how you raising your kids that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still teaching them, showing them,
Mhm.
because kids gonna do what they're gonna do, but like let me still
Exactly.
show you. Let me show you
And they'll trust you more too when you
exactly.
just let them fly a little bit, but keep that long leash just in case
Right,
because they
right,
need us for a reason. We're
right.
adults for a reason, but
Hmm.
yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be a
Right.
perfect dad.
And there's something else you said too.
I got bars. I'll be saying stuff.
You do, because I was like, I want to say something about that. I want to say something about that. No, 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 that's facts. Um, but yeah, no, no, I agree. I agree. That's a great way to sort of like raise your children. Is I think maybe the only way you could say whatever you want to you blue in the face, but you got to show them. Like what they say, I can see better than I can hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So no, that's dope. You know what I mean?
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. And you got what, two kids, right?
Two, yeah,
Boy and a
one in
girl.
college and one almost in college.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Nah, the one that's in college, like what did you help? That's the girl,
Baby
right?
girl, yep.
Did you help her like with the process, stuff like that, or
No,
yeah?
not because I didn't want to,
Hmm.
because I think she has. You remember I told you I was in a homeless shelter,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, I'm alright. I forgot. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember you told me
yeah,
that.
our
Yeah,
first
yeah, yeah, yeah.
interview, and she was a little older. They're 3 years apart,
Hmm.
so even though I'm still, oh, this is fun. I made it like a Campton thing. We sleeping in our car, but I'm like, I got the portable DVD
Right, right,
player. We
right, right.
watching whatever movie was out at the time.
Hmm.
She still saw it, and she's always like, I don't know how you did that.
Yeah.
So I think she has this underlying thing where she doesn't want to put extra pressure on me. But I'm
Okay.
like, girl, that's not your job. Like, I'm your mom.
Hmm.
No, I shouldn't be doing it alone. We're not designed to do anything alone. That's why
Hmm.
we have masculine, feminine energy.
Right.
But this is what it is.
Hmm.
So she did it by herself. And she got into Northwestern
Yeah,
by herself. Like
that's dope.
I'm the battery in her back. I get her to the places and I, boost her up. But
Right.
she did that.
Right. No, that's
So
dope. And
yeah.
that makes sense too. Just like her experiencing that with you. You develop that helps to develop like your experience with your parents
Yeah.
helps to develop how you see life, sort of like your
Yes.
goggles in life and stuff like that. The
Yes.
struggle, because too much of a good thing could be bad too, because you don't develop muscles on like
Of
how to take care of
course.
yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, damn, I don't know how to like do anything. You see people struggle with that. Like,
That's why
damn,
I
my
don't
parents
spoil
took
my
care of
boy
everything. Right.
at all.
You don't build that muscle, but
Mm-mm.
when things are like not so great, that helps shape. Can help shape your
Responsiveness to
yeah, it's like, yeah, I'm
things.
not putting that extra pressure on my mom. Like she had
Mm-hmm.
to go through that, you know what I mean? She got us through that. So like that's
But that's bad though, because I feel like at that age,
mm-hmm.
you should be able to lean on me and you
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't have to go through it by yourself. I think people and I'm guilty of this too.
Mm-hmm.
People feel like they have to do things by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to,
Right.
especially when people love you and care for you. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
No, that's true. And you got like how things I'm
Oh,
preaching to the
you don't have
choir,
to
like
like
you already noticed, but it's like, yeah, you got like how things like would be most ideal,
hmm
and then you got like the real life version of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a single parent, whether you got, a spouse, but he or
Yeah.
she is a is a dirt bag, you know what I mean? But it's two of us, you know what I'm saying? Two of us, we got three kids, but like I hate this dude, or I hate this girl, you know what I'm saying? So you got like, the protocol, and then you got like how it really be.
Yeah, I think she was able to experience it all because I was married,
Yeah.
so she was able to see all of that. But I don't want it to skew how she sees men.
Okay.
That worries me.
Right.
I don't want her to be uber independent,
Mm-hmm.
where she doesn't see the value in men.
Right.
And that's why I always try to bring her along when I do stuff like this. Or
Mm-hmm.
well, she's in school now, but when I do stuff to like giveaways for men,
Right.
or we go to men's shelters,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Like I make sure she understands the value in men and that, sometimes things just happen and
Mm-hmm.
it's okay. And on the other end with my son, I don't want him to think that, oh, women are so strong, they can do it. And he just
Mm-hmm.
sits back. We're not doing that because
Right.
then
Right.
I'm just perpetuating what people think of our black men.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not having that.
Now I love your like your values. I guess we share, you know what I mean, similar
Mhm.
like values and stuff like that. But like I don't know, it's just nice. It's nice talking to a black woman.
It's nice.
Honestly, it's nice talking to a black woman that like you get it.
Oh,
You
thank
know what I'm
you.
saying? And I think
I
it's a
believe in double standards.
huh?
I know people hate that I say that, but I believe in double standards. I'm not going to treat my son how I treat my daughter. I'm not.
Right. Okay, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got how it's supposed to be, and then you got how it really is to
Right.
prepare them for like the world they gotta face
Right.
out there. So it's like with your girl, I like how you be able to take care of yourself, but I like how
Yeah.
you not subscribing to like this TikTok culture, not to sound like a old head, but that we're just like,
We old.
you know what I'm saying? 'Cause, like I don't need men, da da da, and even this infighting of men and women, specifically like our people
Hmm.
going back and forth. And
That's
that's like,
messy and embarrassing. Why do we have to show everything? I
right? I
hate
just be like,
that.
dog, like what's your end game here?
Right.
Like, shut
Are we
up, like,
fixing it?
yeah, what's your end game? You
Yes.
know what I mean? And I'm just like, y'all talking just to talk, and I'm just like, okay. As a man, again, speaking not that this is old school, but just like as a man,
Hmm.
I don't care. Like, dude, it's more cringy to me when men do it
Hmm.
because it's just like it's cringy when women do it too. It's like I don't need a man, da 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 da. Da. But the men are supposed to be the leaders of the damn tribe and the community.
Hmm.
So when you being chatty patty talking to women because women be doing that,
Chatty
what's your
Patty.
end game then,
Right.
right? And I feel like as a man, even if you feel like it's not your fault,
Hmm.
I don't care.
Hmm.
Chill out, like step up and fix the community, fix the situation.
Of course.
You arguing back and forth with your girl just to be like, well, you,
Hmm.
and you know what I'm saying, and the kids is watching y'all like
Right.
not resolve anything.
Thinking that's how you're supposed to be.
You
And
know what I'm
that's why
saying?
when, not to get off
No,
topic,
you good,
sorry,
you good.
but when I found in some relationships,
Hmm.
people don't feel at home unless you're arguing. And I don't like to argue.
Right,
If you get me to that point, I'm probably out the door. Like
got you.
I'm much more the tone I'm speaking to you is how I speak to my children and it's
Right,
how I
right.
speak to my partner.
Hmm.
Unless
Yeah, right. Unless it's
you get me to
unless
that
it's not
point.
one of these times, right? Hmm.
But if it, especially with my partner, if I have to raise my voice to a man the way I respect men,
Hmm.
yeah, that's we don't need to be
Right.
together because
That's
that's corny.
that's dope and different too. Meaning like
That's
what
dope
I
and
what I
different.
mean what I mean is like I personally I never had an ex or like a girl where that was the case. Or and I'm not knocking them either. You know what I mean? I
Of
I have
course.
fiery girlfriends. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
You like spicy, I'm assuming.
Well, what's I'm saying? Like what's I'm saying? Like my personality is like I'm emotionally intelligent.
Yes.
I mean like I don't fly off the handle.
Of
I'm not gonna
course.
like hit a woman or nothing
Of
like that.
course.
But I'm a fire sign. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But and I guess the girls I was with, I don't know if they were fire signs or not, but like they got some
They
like
spicy.
some punch in them. You know what I'm saying? Which is attractive to me, I guess to some
Because
degree.
it
You know what I'm saying?
balances you because you are
Right.
very reserved. It's like chill.
Yeah. Right. But like when you probably don't second woman I've heard say that in my life is one other lady that my father thought I had a portrait that was my homegirl.
Hmm.
And then she was like, "Yeah, I never argue." She was like, "I
Hmm.
never argue. Like
Hmm.
I talk in this tone, even if I'm mad, da 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 da
Hmm.
da." And as somebody who like can get to that level where I'm
Yeah.
like, again, not abusive verbally or
Of
anything like that,
course. Yeah.
but like I can get to a point where it's like, all right, I'm here now.
Yeah. That you
you
asked
getting
for
on my
me.
nerves now, like
Yeah.
yo, da 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 da,
Hmm.
right? But when I see people like you and this other young lady, I'm just like, yo, that's dope to be able to like stay calm in like all
That's
these
scary
situations.
actually because when we aren't, it's like blackout. Like
I know it's okay. Like you was like, when you mad, you sound like that. So I'm like, really?
because think of it like this:
Mhm.
I'm trying to get a point across to you.
Right.
And if I start to raise my voice, your
Yeah.
body goes into defense
Right.
mode.
Right.
So, especially as a man, if
Mhm.
you see something barking, you want to come back with that.
Right.
And you're a man, so you want to come harder and louder.
Right. Exactly.
And you can't hear anything I just said.
Yeah.
So that defeats the whole point of me. You don't understand what I meant. I don't understand what you meant.
Right.
So then what?
Right.
What do we do with that? So I need you to understand what I'm saying. I'm going to say it in 3 different ways. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to give you a parable.
Right, right.
I'm going to
Damn,
I
the
get that from my
parable.
dad because we speak in parables to each other. I'm going to tell you in like an idiom because
Mhm.
maybe you'll get it that way, and then I'll tell you in a funny way.
Right, right,
So
right,
you're
right.
going to get what I'm
Right, right.
saying. Like one of them going to hit you in your heart.
You know how you be texting your friends about like your significant. I don't know if you used to do that, whatever. But, you know, you text your homie about like whether she tripping again or
Mhm.
whatever. But like she hit me with a parable again. Here she go, her parables. You know what I'm saying? But that's dope though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like again, I'm not upset right now. So maybe I'm just like, oh, that's so sweet. I feel like that would like make a man's like heart melt, for lack of a better phrase. Like if, even though you're upset,
Mhm.
you saying it so calmly, I think it's so nurturing to where like I think a man can hear you more because like,
That's
damn,
the
she ain't yelling
point.
at me. You know, they're not yelling at me, but
But
like,
I know what you
you
mean.
know, like she's upset, but she's not like giving me, you know, just giving this like energy, but that nurturing nature. That's why I just think like the is such a good balance. Like
That's why
when
we
you got the
need
right
y'all and
man
you need
personality,
us.
the right woman's personality, and just like
Mhm.
yo, like that nurturing nature or whatever. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, you know what
But
I mean? Yeah,
it
yeah.
also depends on your life experience because if you had a mom
Mm-hmm.
that yelled at everything
Yep.
and anything you said got on your nerves,
Mm-hmm.
it irritates a lot of people how I
Yep.
am because they're like, well, why aren't you? I'm like, why do you want me to yell at you? I
Right, right.
don't.
Exactly.
That's weird.
That's true.
So it does
Because I've
depend.
known people. My mom wasn't a yeller like that at all.
Mhm.
Uh, my dad wasn't a yeller, not like that. But like
Mhm.
I've seen adults, you know, growing up, just like, yo, your mom is just always on 100, dog. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That would be exhausting.
And they'll be like, what you mean? And they're like, you don't see that.
Right, right, right. That would be one of my exes. My ex's mom was I mean she had other issues and stuff like that too, but just always on, just like yo, take a day off, man.
Yeah.
Even before I met her, my ex used to tell me how her relationship was with her mother, and I believed her. No reason for
Yeah,
me
yeah,
not to. But
yeah.
then when I
But seeing
finally
it is
met her, I was like,
different.
damn, like yo,
Was she a
just back
single
off your
mom
daughter,
though?
huh?
Was she a single parent?
Nah, but her dad was
Wow.
on all kinds of stuff too.
Yeah.
So she wasn't a single parent, but like her, she may as well have been because
Other
her dad was on all
factors.
kinds of, you know what I mean, stuff. So I'm
I
just like,
always try to think of the root problem because there's a lot wrong
mm-hmm.
with just humans in general. But if I'm speaking to my community,
Yeah.
people are so quick to point fingers, but you really have to look at the root problem and try
Mm-hmm.
to see why.
I'm
Um,
listening. Yep.
you could,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's it.
No, no, no. You're right. Right. I think it's always try to like go to like why is somebody acting the way they act, not
Mm-hmm.
in like a judgmental way. But like I got to do
Yeah,
that with the kids all the time. It's like oh
so I can
this,
help you.
yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Um, but like you know you and like I think the conclusion I always come up with, you know, you could be specific reasons why a person is doing what they're doing, but the conclusion, or maybe it's not the conclusion, but just the bow I wrap it all
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
It's like this life, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just a human. When I was young, I thought my parents had everything together, and then when you
Mm-hmm.
get the age, you like you realize we all just trying to figure this thing out. So even when you see a man or a woman that's just like, yeah, you know, you a little rough around the edges, you could, you know what I mean, and you realize they've been traumatized, and now you be like, dang, that's just life. They just
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, they ain't mean to become like you know, addicted to drugs. Not that they couldn't have prevented it or whatever, but like
Yeah,
there's
they may
more
not have had the
story to like, right.
tools. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can't judge somebody and be like, man, you know drugs are yeah, yeah, they knew that, but like how, you don't know what happened to them when they were children either.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or what they saw or like how XYZ happened. Yes, we're responsible for our decisions,
Mm-hmm.
but there's always a root cause, man, to like why somebody, whatever somebody's personality is, it's a reason they developed that personality. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
have one more question for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, it's not a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to ask me a question,
Yeah.
what would you ask me?
If I had,
Uh oh.
no, no, no. If I had to ask you a question, what
Mm-hmm.
would I ask? Not Chance, Clutch. If I had to ask Clutch a question, what
You
would I
said
ask?
that earlier, and I was like, was he
What
talking?
Chance?
Yeah, did
I
you call
did
me
say
Chance
Chance.
earlier?
It's funny too because I was like, don't say Chance because I text you Chance like however many weeks ago, or
That's
whatever, and I was
funny.
like, oh no, it's Clutch. I thought it was Chance. Clutch. Um, there's a bunch I would like to ask you, but just one
Just
now.
one. Yep.
I guess in in the spirit of this first episode,
Yes.
in what one of your missions in your life and your career will be, like sort of how you tend to, you know what I mean, males and stuff like that, and sort of
Mm-hmm.
like our psyche,
Mm-hmm.
what makes us tick and all that. So not just be cliche and be like,
Of
well,
course.
what do you do? What does this mean to you? But like in the spirit of this first episode, I guess my question would be, what do you like? What's driving you to build this brand of like Jensen Roots? Like, what is
I
it
knew
about?
you were going to say that, and I don't
Because
know
that's a
why.
cliche question.
No,
You
well,
know what I mean?
not even that. The way I
Yeah.
thought about it, it was
Mm-hmm.
deeper than before, which is odd because it
Yeah.
made me tear up because I was like, my answer would be,
Mm-hmm.
it's for, I don't want to put this. It's for my son
Mm-hmm.
to grow and know whatever it is he needs to know, and however he needs to grow, just to grow and know. It's for the part of me that didn't have my dad growing up, that has him now,
Mm-hmm.
and the way that I like enjoy him. Like
Right.
I really do enjoy my father like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the little girls who don't have their dad. It's for the little boys who see their friends with their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's so much deeper than just me making clothes. The logo in itself is a wisdom knot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just for people to understand there's so much to know. Like go out of your zip code, go out of your city, your state, the country.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many other men that you can see. Like if the ones at home aren't serving you, just like how you can scroll and look for the best barber in Philly, you can
Right.
look for men's groups. You can look to mentor little kids. Because if you grew up in a household that didn't have a strong man in it, or you didn't see one,
Mm-hmm.
you can go seek out one.
Right.
So that phone that we say, oh man, there's all this stuff on it, but there's good to it as well. It's a
Mm-hmm.
tool. So it's for that. It's for I don't know, older men to be seen as well. I do have a lot of older clients that I tend to and make custom things for.
Mm-hmm.
It's for my celebrity clients that I always talk to them like regular people because I want them to know I see you as the man that you are. Yeah, I know, you're this and that when you're out on stage or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I see you as the man you are. I know you go through pain.
Right.
I know you suffer. Um, yeah, and I want to uplift that. So it's a big old soup, a big old jambalaya, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
of just love and
Mm-hmm.
respect and wisdom. Was that a good
It's
enough answer?
a beautiful answer. I'm like, go on.
More, please.
That's dope. That's dope. And I appreciate, as I guess the one of the type of person, your demographic, I guess the word I'm looking
Yes.
for. Like, well, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? You putting that.
Oh.
I think it's just beautiful. Like, I think
Oh, thank
like the
you.
whole brand, the brand is beautiful.
Thank
You're
you.
beautiful.
Oh,
I'm
thank
talking about
you.
inside and out. I'm just sitting here like, man, like this is dope. You know what I mean?
Oh, thank you so much. My cheeks hurt from smiling.
Oh no. Even that, you know what I mean? Like you smile all the time. I'm a smiler too, you know what I mean? So I'll be like, oh, like I mean, I always realize that I'll smile all the time, but like growing up and hearing that, when I see other people that do it, so I'm like, oh, she smile all the time too. You know what I'm saying?
It makes
But
you feel good.
right,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess too, man, because just as a black man, living in this world, right, and a black man that's on some like power move stuff, meaning as a black man that's not on some passive like always being on defense like where can we hide and what we can no like let's put points on the board that's what I mean by
Yes,
active.
you
If
will
this is
pull
like
up,
a
but I
game,
understand.
yeah, like let's put points on the board. That's always be reacting to everybody else, whatever. Let's build our own team because we strong as I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
Let's slam dunk on people, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So as a man that has that sort of like
Mentality.
yeah, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean, of like let's go get it, da 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 da
Yeah.
da. It's refreshing to me, my black man spirit, to just share like space with like a black woman like you.
Oh, thank
You
you.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like you are doing your job. You already know that because that's your brand. But like it's nurturing
Beyond
to like
that, like I really believe in y'all. Like y'all dope.
yeah,
I told my son that the other day. I'm like, you know, I don't just say that because I'm your mom.
right.
Like I truly believe in you. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do. I
No,
love
that's
y'all.
dope, and we need that. We need that because it can't always be go, 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 go. Like a lot of
Yes.
time, like it got to be go time.
Yes.
What I mean by we can't just be sitting on the behinds passive and like, oh, what we gonna do? Da da da
Right.
da. That's not a leader of the community.
Mm-hmm.
But like we can't always be like on the court. We need to like come home sometimes and just be like,
Yes.
let me recharge.
Get snuggly.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Right, right, exactly. So like
That's not the
hearing,
word you would use,
but
but
I know what you mean though. But that's not the word, but that is essentially like that's essentially, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you know, I'm grateful for my mother
mm-hmm.
that I always have my mom's nurturing spirit. My sisters, you know, can
Mm-hmm.
nurture me. You know what I mean? But somebody outside of your mom and your sisters,
Mm-hmm.
just a black woman, you know what I'm saying?
Not looking for
You're very
anything for
right.
it.
You're very nurturing and like, you know, that makes a man like me and other men that's gonna put points on the board be like, all right, yeah, like let me go back
I could
outside.
do
Like, you know what I'm
this.
saying? So
And
that's dope.
that's what y'all need. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of women think that they need to do a lot. And I don't want to speak to all women because I know they're going to kill me for that. But for me,
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's not much that you have to do. Just be there,
True.
show up, be consistent, be transparent.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got y'all.
Right, right, right.
Yep.
That's it. That's dope. My heart is full. No, that's dope. I'm about to call you Chance again. So Clutch, just piggybacking off my last statement, I appreciate you putting this good energy into the world. Not to be cliche, but creating a safe space. That's like the word
I
safe
know.
space, safe space. But I appreciate it as part of your demographic. I appreciate you creating these spaces for us because it ain't gonna do nothing but benefit men, which in turn is gonna benefit women, which in turn is gonna benefit
Us as
the
a
community.
whole.
You know what I mean? Not even that it got to be in that order, but what you do is needed, it's working.
Thank
You know what I
you.
mean? I know I joked, but you know my heart is full, but like it is though. Like I enjoyed this hour or whatever that we got to talk right and chop it up. It makes me want to go out and do myself even better.
Run 10 miles.
You know what I'm saying? Right, right. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Like, let me go hard and stuff like that. So I appreciate you doing that. I appreciate you having me on this platform. Right, looking forward to seeing what we build together on this platform. And yeah, with that being said, I'll just end the how always in my joint. As always, y'all, ABC, always be creating, and we'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.